Story and photographer Bo Quizon have his story.
He was my favorite player when he played for UH. I still cheer for him in Boston. His name is Jonathan E.
Jake Sukata is your normal 9-year-old boy who loves to play his favorite sports. Anything in particular?
Football and baseball.
What do you play when you're playing football?
Quarterback.
As any typical young Hawaii boy, he's also a big fan of Warrior football. Who's your favorite player then right now on the Warriors team?
Grant Moniz.
What makes Jake different is a rare bone disease called Legg-Calvé-Perthes, or LCP. It's a degenerative disease that stops the flow of blood to the hip, causing the bone to deteriorate. It's common in children 3 to 12 years old and affects about 1 in every 1,200 kids. And while physical therapy is typically enough to help, surgery is needed on rare occasions, like Jake's.
This is a metal rod that unscrews that was in my hip, and it just got taken out on my last surgery.
Over the last 2.5 years, Jake has gone through countless hours of rehabilitation and 3 surgeries. Each one has left him in a cast and kept him pretty isolated. Do you pick on him right now since he's kind of, he can't catch you?
A little.
What do you do to him?
I don't know. He hurt me, I hit him back. Well, I could move side to side a little bit, pushing with my right leg, because it went down to my left leg, to my ankle on my left leg, and to my knee on my right leg. It went up past my belly button.
It's tough for him mentally more, you know, and so it's been hard for us to kind of coach him mentally that, you know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We knew eventually he would recover. We don't know when. We didn't know if it was 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. They don't know. And for a child who was 2.5 years ago, 7 years old, that's difficult to just sit around and do nothing.
But during that time, Jake developed his passion for UH football. And when the Warriors struggled through a 6-game losing streak in 2009, Jake let the Warriors know he was still a true fan. And he did so through letters to Coach Greg McMackin.
When he was in, the team was losing a lot, I wrote him letters so that he would believe that his team could get better and win.
He's a great little friend of mine. He's going through tough times and he's beating it, and we have to do the same thing.
So, on a nice clear day during a UH practice, the Warriors welcomed a special guest. Coach Mack invited Jake to do something no other child has done before, and that's lead his Warriors as they broke practice.
What I want is, I want him to break us out of here, okay? Yeah.
What's the base support? Going. You hear that bass, baby? And it's all Jake.
One, two, three, four!
How much fun was that today?
Really fun.
Boy, so.
Because it was funny because Jake, like the player, he was just staring at me the whole time. And he's like, what happened to you? And I said, I had surgery.
We grumble about aches and pains, and this kid's just fighting this disease, surgery after surgery, and really have nothing to complain about. We just got body aches that'll go away in a couple days. Humbles everybody to see a kid like that, so it's really inspirational having him come around.
I feel great. I feel like even though you're younger than them, you can still give them knowledge.
2 weeks later, and Jake is out of his cast and in the stands at Aloha Stadium to watch his Warriors face USC. The Warriors didn't achieve their goal in the game, but Jake has set a goal of his own. At the end of September, he'll find out if his body is clear of LCD. Then he plans to return to sports by January of 2011. For the Coach Mack Show, I'm Mike Cherry.
Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Over 6 road games, the Warrior football team will log about 30,000 miles through the air this season. Amazing.
Yeah, you know that saying, it takes a city.
Yeah.
Well, the Warriors travel with a small one everywhere they go. Life on the road is never easy, from airport to airport and state to state. Losing track of where you are and losing sleep altogether is a hard enough adjustment to make.
It's pretty tough going from time zone to time zone. Yesterday I was completely out of it.
More than 70 players and coaches make every trip. In Houston, more than a dozen are UH staff members from various departments, all bonding together to unload a truckload of equipment. With all the helping hands, it kind of looks like a labor of love.
Oh yes, gotta love it. It's all for the love of UH football.
It's definitely a one team, family atmosphere here. We all just chip in. It doesn't matter what office you work for. It's just whoever needs help, you just jump in.
Once the room is full, the players' belongings are sorted.
Right now we're separating the bags from offense and defense, and within each side of the ball we go. Quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, and linemen.
At every stop, trainers create a makeshift treatment center. How much tape, how much wrap are you bringing on a trip like this?
Well, for this one, we bring 4 cases of tape, 32 rolls in a box. So we'll go through about 1 to 2, 1 for a practice and then 2 for a game.
It's more than just wrapping ankles and wrists. Trainers are literally in charge of keeping the Warriors together.
Without them, a lot of this probably wouldn't be possible because we all got our little injuries here and there. It's vital to our success, and they're part of the team, and our success is their success as well.
A successful trip doesn't come together without a game plan. Reserving a flight, hotel, and bus routes in unfamiliar territory fall in the experienced hands of Bianca Tokumoto and Lavana Francisco.
We work at least a year in advance, try to plan everything, make sure that, what the team needs is what we look for.
Nothing is overlooked, especially laundry. The behind-the-scenes crew, they keep you guys smelling fresh.
Yeah, definitely. Because we can get ripe every so often. They do a good job. They're not really noticed and stuff, but they do a good job behind the scenes.
After a day and a half in Houston, it's on to Louisiana, and the process repeats itself.
We got here, we practiced, now it's time for us to head to Louisiana, so repack everything up, get it on the truck, get it on the plane, and then we'll head over to the game.
Now, of course, that was just our trip to Houston.
Yeah.
Once we landed in Monroe, it repeated itself yet again. These guys are amazing behind the scenes.
Absolutely.